all of you. The topic that we are going to see is on plagiarism. The learning objectives of this topic are, we are going to learn about what is meant by plagiarism, then we are going to classify the plagiarism, then we are going to analyze the types of plagiarism and learn the ways to avoid plagiarism. First we should know what is meant by plagiarism. Plagiarism means the appropriation of another person's work, processes, results or words without giving appropriate credits. Then what are the signs of plagiarism? How can we find out? When information that is not common knowledge is included without mentioning of source, when style and feature of writing changes disruptly, we can say there are some plagiarism is there. So these are the signs of plagiarism. There are 3 steps to avoid plagiarism. They are processing, note taking and then documenting, that we can see one by one. Then plagiarism comes in all shapes and sizes. Why does it matter? Why you have to consider plagiarism? When you plagiarize, you run the risk of academic consequences. When you plagiarize, you signal that you are not a trustworthy student. Everything becomes suspect. When you plagiarize, you rob yourself of knowledge, but isn't going knowledge the reason you are here? Plagiarism comes in all shapes and sizes. I said no. So first is direct plagiarism, copying word from an outside source without quotes or citation. Then mosaic plagiarism, interviewing one's own words with that of an side source in an alert to communicate stolen information and pass it as completely original work. Then last is the paraphrase plagiarism, checking only a few words here and there. So that we can commonly say it as paraphrase plagiarism. Then there are various types of plagiarism. The common types of plagiarism are complete plagiarism. First is complete plagiarism, submit another author's work in your name. Source based plagiarism. Source based plagiarism means reference an incorrect or non-existent source. Direct plagiarism, copy text from another document word to word. Self or auto plagiarism, reuse a major part of your own work without attribution. Paraphrasing plagiarism, this already we saw, make minor changes and use others' writing. Mosaic plagiarism, interlay someone else's phrases or text within your work. Accidental plagiarism, unintentional paraphrasing or copying due to neglect. Inaccurate authorship, authorship instead of acknowledgement to contributors and vice versa. These are some of the common types of plagiarism. Okay, what are the techniques to avoid plagiarism? That you should know. Absolutely not, this is extremely unethical. Okay, so here some tips to avoid plagiarism or techniques to avoid plagiarism are: read and understand the original document several times before start explaining about it. Then do not copy any word or sentence from the original document. Give proper citation to all the sources, books, journals, website, video and so on. In case of citing online sources, include the accessed data and appropriate URL in the reference. Common phrases and definition need to be quoted and cited without any modification. Make a practice to include the references section whenever write an academic document. Cross-verify all your citations before submitting your document. Finally, take a plagiarism report from any one of the famous plagiarism software to ensure the originality of the written document. How to avoid plagiarism? What are good, what are bad? Good is using quotations, bad is quoting material without attribution. Good is using someone else's key terms, bad is initializing a passage structures of argument without attribution. Good is summarizing someone else's main point. Bad is passing of another's ideas as your own. Then another good is putting someone else's words in your own words, paraphrase. Bad thing is cancelling the extent to which you have bored. Researching, reading and document. Estimate the amount of time you think it will take to conduct your research and then double it. Expect to make tips to the library or at least the library databases. So you have to go to library databases, you have to refer. Allow time for getting materials. Allow time for reading. So researching, reading and documenting are the main 3 steps to avoid plagiarism. So follow this in your way and avoid plagiarism and produce originality in all your works. Thank you.